guys hear the bird? You probably don't hear the bird. What bird, Mitch? What bird, Mitch? Oh.
The sand dripping like honey, sweet to the lips, it gathers its strength. The garden wasn't quite rich enough to savor my
Lenny. Hi, Lenny. Now you can probably hear the bird. Plus my music is a little echoey. Oh, Lenny, that's hilarious. Do cats eat birds? Well, probably would if they could catch them. Seconds. Just when we're getting to the good part. Oh, mercy's sakes. Happy Monday. Now do you hear the birds? Do you hear the birds? Here, let me show you. I've been Hey Devin, I have been, let me switch over to Safari, and not that window, not this window, and then not that. I got too many windows open. So I'll do this, and then I'll do that, and now you can see the birds, or the bird. I have been scouring live videos recently. So I found a live cam of these osprey that are sitting on this nest. And I've also been watching the Oliphant River over in Africa. The reason is I hooked up my external monitor again over on that side of me, and I found an app over the weekend that does nothing but lives, well, they're actually not lives, which is why I ended up coming to here. Windowswap.com. And I know I'm really distracted here, really distracted, but if you go to window-swap.com, and for some reason the first one is blank. I don't know why, but if you click on the arrow, then you go to somebody else's video of nothing but a window. And if you make it full screen, then... Alright, so really distracted today. Today's Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome, everyone. I am Planet Chief Astronomer over at GiveAwayRocket.com, where I'm doing all kinds of great, fun stuff. At least I think it's great and fun. Next time I get glasses, I'm going to get a better filter on the front, because that's... Lenny says, you need a YouTube gadgets channel. Yeah. I have lots of gadgets, but it's kind of fun to be... what you can't see is that my window over here looks out on the house. I was going to grab the camera, but looks on the house next door, which is about 10 feet away, and it's just a brick wall. So outside my only window in my office is a brick wall. So it's not a very nice thing to look at. Anybody notice anything new on my screen besides my hair going crazy? I have COVID hair. Yes, I was playing with gadgets and stuff over the weekend. How about move that out of the way? Watch this. Woohoo! That one's the big one. Where's my lower thirds? That's what I really wanted. And it's kind of nice with the bird thing. Here it is. As seen on the UpViral Copilot show. Look, I got a new bug. A new lower third. Isn't that fun? It even wobbles a little bit. As seen on the UpViral Copilot show. I had fun creating that yesterday. I was really distracted. I get it. You know, trying to help promote myself, and there it goes. Now what I haven't figured out is there's still a little dash that's still stuck there. Gotta figure out how to make that go away. I know. Third world problems. First world problems. Contest tip of the week day. It is Monday. And you can tell I'm really distracted this morning. Is the Copilot show now open to everyone? Actually, Lenny, that's a great question. Yes. They are now using it as advertisement. So let me go back, by the way. See? There's now a deer of some antelope or something in the wilds of Africa. And it is live. I guess I'm behind a few seconds. I was also watching the bears yesterday. The bears in... I forgot where they are. They're not in Africa. They were feeding like crazy yesterday. Alright, so if I go to upviral.com/copilot, there's a video now on here, if you haven't seen it, that does feature me. I'm not going to put the audio on. How would you like to have one of the best viral marketers sharing his secrets every week and personally helping you get your campaigns off the ground? That's me. Well, that's not me, but that's me coming up shortly, right here. Anyway, you can't hear me, but I'm speaking at this point in the video. Oh, there's me. That's me down there in the lower corner, and then here comes me again. That's my full face, and you can't see me because I haven't hit the play button because I don't want the audio going out. Anyway, so yes, Lenny, it is now open to anyone. They are using it as promo, and that's kind of why I've added the as seen on logo on my screen. Gotta toot my horn, right? So what have I been working on? And the topic of the day is the contest tip of the day. The contest tip of the day, I'll tell you what I've been working on after this. I should really get to this bit, right? I don't really fancy to show you for this part of the show. The whole point of what I wanted to talk about today was I'm really getting tired of people not being honest and trustworthy. And there's all kinds of things going on the planet. And I think that what we need to do right now is to be even more trustworthy than we have been in the past. I'm just getting really tired of people trying to cheat, lie, and steal. And lastly, people being mean and cruel to each other. That's the thing that really also is killing us. In terms of contests, Anya's here. I'm going to get distracted here for a second. Let me answer Lenny's question. I don't have a clue. What do you know what platform they built the game with? He was very nondescript about that. Astro's hiding in the corner over here too. Hi. Thank you. It was a good interview with Daredevil Dan. I also, by the way, P.S. took the part where he said I'm a wonderful guy and all that kind of stuff, and I have that as a separate video that I'll be putting on my website as promotion as well. It was a fascinating conversation because Daredevil Dan, Anthony, I always try to say Dan first, and I have to correct myself because of the game. Anthony's campaign was 3-tiered, which is what most people don't do, but he's obviously been doing marketing for a heck of a long time. And the fact that I did not know that his end game was to get people to buy kites until Mark had already talked to him. Anthony and I talked a couple of times through Messenger and stuff, but he never really told me that his end game was to get people to buy his kites. So the game was created to get people to buy the kites. And in order to get the game to be more popular, they created the Up Arrow campaign, giving away a smartphone. Knowing that filtering down, the number of kites he's going to sell based on that is not massive. And they expected a goodly percentage of people that signed up to win the iPhone to never buy. You guys can't hear the birds. I turned them off. I'm just going to turn it back on because it's fun. I can hear them. I think you can hear them now. It's just really quiet nature sounds in the background, which will freak people out when they tune in. If they come in the middle, they're going to be like, why is there chirping? And they didn't intend to get a lot of sales of kites. Lenny asks, did he get sales? I guess maybe you missed the part of the interview at the end where they did. So we did the interview last Tuesday. And the day before that, so Sunday/Monday, they sent to their list a flash sale for buy one get one free. Buy one get one free. And they did make sales. He didn't tell us how many sales they got, but they did make sales. He also said on the interview that before the contest ended, they had enough people that bought the app and that were, because the app came in 2 versions, right? The free version and then the paid version. The paid version was £2. So, Apple takes 30% of that. But the other side of that was that they had ads in there. So if you had the free version, you had to see ads. And he said, frankly, between the ads and the paid downloads, they paid for the phone that they were giving away. And they didn't do any ads, any Facebook ads yet. So overall, it was very effective for them. And it was a good place to start, like he said. with the intent of, if it was successful, doing it again. And yes, he and I will be talking. You have any ideas to make it more effective for other app creators? It could be a fun blueprint. Yeah, it could. Which is why UpViral's doing a case study on it, and I'm sure that that will help many people out who are in the game creation business. But the other side of it is, again, my mentor Tom taught me, how does this apply to you? Or how does this apply to me when you're listening to something or reading somebody's case study? Because a lot of people would go into that and go, well, I'm not creating an app. Like Lenny just specifically put it in there for app creators. Pardon me. But there are so many people that can get something out of that case study, even if they're not doing apps. The key to the whole thing is to be thinking, and Lenny just said it, to be thinking long term. This is the problem, and you and I, Lenny, we've talked about it in the Movers Mastermind. I have talked about this before. I even have a slide for it, if I can get to the right spot and have it come up where to go. Here it is. Ooh. It is a marathon, not a sprint. So many people are thinking of this, and I'm frustrated because my buttons aren't working right on my Stream Deck. Many people are thinking of these contests as a one-time quick hit. Huh. There's some guy by the name of Anthony that just showed up. Huh. I wonder who that is. How long have you been there, Dan? See, I did it again. Dan. Hi, Anthony. So, here is the guy that created Daredevil Dan. We were just talking about you. Were your ears burning, Anthony? And thank you for the kind words. It is about being patient. I told the story a couple of weeks ago, and you may have heard this story. Someone that I have done a bit of training with ran a contest. Now, I didn't do a whole lot helping him with this campaign. He wanted to do it on his own. And he ran a campaign, got 2,000 some odd leads. He immediately sent, and it was an app, by the way. It's a smartphone app. And he immediately sent an email to the people that signed up and said, half price sale, sign up now, buy now. And he expected big miracles. Didn't get them. Came to me, and I should probably grab this quote, but basically he said, contests suck. Nobody bought from my offer. Lenny says he has Google alerts. Probably stalking me, yes. Anthony is stalking me. But the key to the whole thing, which goes back to the reason, and I'm glad you brought this up, it goes back to the issue of trust, which is what I said the topic of the day was going to be. So this gentleman brought in all these leads to give away his app. He was giving away the app. Got 2,000 leads. Turned around, nobody bought. Said contests suck. It's not playing the long game. He wanted instant success. Instant success is not likely to happen. Now, Anthony had instant success in that his campaign paid for itself right off the bat. And within a couple of weeks, he's got some sales. That's awesome. But so many people try to do this without any mentorship, plug for me, and they try it and they go, well, nobody bought anything because they didn't know how to do it right. And bless your heart, Tom's here. Tom is also one of my movers. Nurture, nurture, nurture is right on the bell. If you're just going to take your email list and start promoting and selling, what are they going to do? They're going to turn around and walk away. Unless you've convinced them that you're going to sell to them and they understand that it's coming. Go back to the Bunky campaign. David, when he runs his campaign, tells people, hey, sign up to win. We're going to draw the winner on February 1st, whatever the date was. And right after that, we are going to have a 20% off sale. And he tells people that all day long throughout the whole campaign. They're looking for it. He gets them all lathered up and they're in a froth because they're so excited about his offer during his 3-week campaign that they're willing to buy when he puts an offer in front of them. But most people aren't doing it that way. Most people don't do what Tom just wrote there. Nurture, nurture, nurture. What they're after is buy, buy, buy. That's all they're after. They're not after a relationship. Because the other one is, let's see if this one works. The money is in the relationship with your list. The money is in the relationship with your list. Person A got 2,000 leads, tried to sell, got nothing. Person B, we'll talk about David or Anthony. Anthony got 4,800, 40 whatever hundred. Nurtured them, talked to them, got them to like his game. Said, oh, by the way, we do this. Made some sales. Anthony's process was a better process. You cannot just slap people with a buy my stuff kind of email if they're not really ready for it. If you have not done the nurture, nurture, nurture that Tom Masters just mentioned. Anthony's still here. Says, my pleasure, Lenny. Enjoyed the interview with Mitch and Mark. There was a Mark? Mark was there? Sorry. He's not listening to me, so I can say it. We have a lot of fun poking each other. Mark is awesome. I've learned quite a few things from Mark in terms of marketing, and his stories about running his agencies are awesome. You gotta go back and watch those shows if you haven't seen those. Lots to learn there, which is why I enjoy the Copilot show so much. Because not only am I helping people learn, but I'm learning myself. Now the birds are getting noisy. Anyway, nurture, trust. The people that do campaigns correctly are the ones that have created a campaign that is trustworthy. I keep running into campaigns where it just looks icky spammy. Don't be an icky spammy person. Be a trust building person. You'll make more sales. You'll have a better life. That's my message for the day. That's my preaching. It's Monday. I'm not a good preacher on Sunday for sure. But be nice to your people. Do unto others. You've heard that before. It's in the Bible somewhere. And even if you don't believe in the Bible, which let's not go there. It's a really good moral way to live life. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's really kind of simple. It's not hard. Quit yelling at other people, and I'm raising my hand, pointing at myself. Sometimes I get a little frustrated with people. But right now, we're way too judgmental. It's my way or the highway, and I'm equally as guilty. You guys hear the boat? Now there's a boat in the background. I probably should show you the boat. I don't know if you can see the boat. Where's my boat? Where's the birds? Oh, see, they don't have the camera zoomed out. All you can see is the bird. There's a boat sound in the background. It's on Maine. It's on the coast of Maine. That's what I'm trying to say. Somebody does control the camera and they zoom in and out. Right now we're looking at the tail of the bird as it rapidly breathes. There are 2 eggs in that nest. And the father and the mother are coming in and out. Stephen, that's a good one. Quoting the Bible to marketers? I'm not a Bible person, okay? But I like that one. I really firmly believe in that one. Oh, look, and you guys can still see my alert notice. Do unto others is not that hard. It's good marketing. Be honest and trustworthy. Go watch the Copilot show. Look, there's Mark. Every Tuesday, Mitch will be sharing all of his insider secret tax and know-how that he used to generate over 250,000 leads. Great question, Devin. What is the best way to nurture? That is a really nice question. Here's the simple answer. Be honest and trustworthy and help people out. I gotta make this one go away too. Remind me in an hour. Now turn off notifications. How about I do that before I start the show? Nurturing is about talking. It's about a conversation, Devin. It's really simple. I spent many hours, I don't know how many hours, going through and making a log of stories that I can tell. Pay attention to what you do every day. Turn it into a lesson. Use your life to tell people about what's going on. Let's suppose you're doing affiliate marketing and you say you decide your message today to your email list is about trust. Go out there and find an example that is not trustworthy. You know you can find them. Don't bash anybody. Don't give lots of secrets and tell names and stuff. You have to be careful with that. It's not about bashing others. It's about learning from other people's mistakes. Tell your list. You learned a lesson. Hey, today I discovered this way of not doing things. Just going to pass it along. I hope you learned from it too. Let me know what you thought of my little lesson. Have you had a problem like that before, and how did you solve it? And you ask a question. And a couple of people will reply. Not many. Not a lot. But a couple of people will reply. And so you go with that and you answer them. I haven't looked at my emails in the last couple of days, so I'm laughing about that. Tom says, your daily rocket tips, for example, is good nurturing. Thank you. I still, I laugh because I'm behind. I got stuck on those and then didn't add more. My intent is to have like 365 emails in that sequence. I kind of got stuck after 30 or something. But I do have a list. Part of the problem was that I didn't know what I'd already written. I just started writing. And when I started putting that list together, I just started writing. And then I got to the point, well, did I already say that? So I went back last week or the week before, and I made a list of everything, all of the emails, all of the topics in those emails. But as Tom says, the idea of that is not to sell. There's a couple of things in there that are links to buy something, but the idea is not to sell on that list. And by the way, if you want to get on that list, it's at giveawayrocket.com/365. There's a plug. But the idea is not to sell people. The idea is to get them to know, like, and trust me. That's all it is. It's to help people and to get them to understand what it is that I do. And hopefully people sign up and hopefully people stick around. By the way, I'm getting really good open rates on those. People that sign up stick around and they tend to open them. And what does that do for you? Well, when you send them another email that might be something to purchase, they're going to freaking open it. And therefore, you're having a better, highly more responsive list, which goes back to the money is in relationship with your list. See, I like it better this way. I have multiple ways of displaying this. I like this one better because you can still see me. And I can talk to it without it just being over the front. You probably don't remember that the other one was full frame. Tom Masters, and I like this. Tom's a smart guy. Besides the fact he joined my Movers Mastermind. Sharing your personality is most important. And that takes a while, doesn't it? Doesn't it? There are many examples from my past where I was not showing my personality when I created videos. My Planet 5D life, for example, it took me a while to loosen up. And guess what? Speaking of personality, I got Astro with me. And there's actually a bear, which I don't think I ever named, but Astro's been with me. I don't even know where I found Astro or how I got him, whether it was an old girlfriend. Shh, don't tell the wife. But he was on my desk for many years at Boeing. And they laid me off in 2010. And when I decided that I was going to do lots of stuff here on Giveaway Rocket and other things, I had put Astro on my microphone. Now, I also have the brand name Rode because Rode gave me this as part of the promotion stuff that they used to do with me on Planet 5D. And I decided to keep it around. But Astro, I know there are some people that look at this and they go, why the hell does he have a little stuffed dog on his microphone? This guy is weird. Yeah, I am different. And part of the reason I decided to leave Astro there and the bear with I have no name was that I want people to know I'm different. I am not your usual stuffed shirt, boring kind of guy. And in fact, I got a compliment the other day because if you go to, speaking of, plugging things, let's see if this works. I need to get the button to hide the comments is what I need to do. There it is, but the comment's still back there. If you go to giveawayrocket.com/join and learn a little bit about my Movers Mastermind, one of the statements on the page, there's a section on who is this for, and below it, it says, who is this not for? And part of the phrase, one of the things I said was something like, if you're a boring stuffed shirt kind of person, don't sign up. And a friend of mine wrote me the other day and said, I was reading your page, and that little phrase about if you're a stuffed shirt is hilarious, and it identifies exactly You don't want people that are not going to be moving, that aren't going to be, that are going to be stagnant and not participate. You don't want those people, and I don't. I don't want those people. I want people that are going to be freaking moving, and I'm going to keep pushing on you, as Lenny knows. I'm pushing on Lenny. and I'll get back to that in a second. Devin says you are different. That's why we love you. Thank you. And that's I tell my kids, and they think that I'm weird. They've always thought that I'm weird, and I tell them that's good, because that means you're unique. That means you have a personality. People may not like you, but that's okay. If they don't get you, they'll find their own people to love. That's okay. Be expressive. Lenny's talking about Astro and said that he's my co-pilot. You're probably right. I ought to play on that. Lenny says just give it a bath every now and then. I don't think Astro's ever had a bath. Steven, let's see what Steven has to say. And now my comment's hiding below, and there's something covering. Oh, it's the join movie still there. Oh, it's just a smile. What are good authority indicators? That's a great question. Something that I've actually been trying to do, right? Notice in the lower right-hand corner over there, as seen on the Copilot show. What are good authority indicators? Trust seals, professional copy, stylish layouts, name dropping, or maybe adding unique value. I do elections, and those have gone in somewhat a different direction lately. Wow, what a great question. I'm going to give you the bell for that one. Question of the day. What I like to say is that I don't particularly care for people that shove a whole bunch of it in your face, right? Trying to say, hey, look at me, which is why I'm a little cautious about some of this stuff. And I put the Copilot thing on there yesterday just to see what it would look like, whether it feels right to me. And I created the thing because I do want to be able to leverage that authority, right? I do want to be able to take the authority that's being shared by UpViral, because that will help me grow my business and therefore help me share and help more people, is what I'm trying to say. I try not to overdo it. I don't have a trust seal, and it would be an interesting test, by the way. Wouldn't it be fascinating if there were never really thought about this before. Trying to think. Wouldn't it be interesting if there were a seal of... Do you remember the Good Housekeeping seal? I don't know if that's still a thing. But what if there were an authority that would put a stamp on a contest that said, we trust this person, we believe this is going to be given away, etc. Most interesting would be the unique value in my book. You can name drop to it, and you do it theoretically just in order to get people to recognize that other people recognize you as an authority, right? It's not meant to, at least for me, it's not meant to just really brag. It's not bragging in my book. And it's what I try not to do. I did have a client last week ask me what my CV, I don't know if that's the right phrase, but ask me why he should hire me and what my experiences were. And I was able to rattle off some of the things about the 250,000 leads and blah, blah, blah. So at times you do have to have that in order to get some people to know, like, and trust you. The idea of elections is certainly a difficult challenge. If you're talking about really about political elections, that is a segment that you may not be able to get back in terms of trust. Stephen also says, I've made up some seals. They seem to work because most people don't do homework. And I have wondered that in many cases as to whether or not just making up a contest seal of authority or approval, or Betty Crocker's that's a good point, Lenny. Lenny says the colder your lead, the more validation you need. That's a very good way of putting it. And I really appreciate the questions that are right on target with the message for today. Amen, brother. Can we get an amen? One of the things that I have done, and I was just talking to my friend Shamal, who's in the Upfire group. He's also on the Discord server for another plug. One of the things that he has on one of his contests is at the very top of the page, and I have tested this myself, is a link, which I tend to say to people, don't put a link on your page because it'll just distract them and take them away from the focus on your activities. But the link goes to previous winners tab. And I really like that. Now, when I tested it, there was a case study in the Upviral case studies for Max Rhymes, the children's books. And I did those campaigns for David. One of the things that I tested in there, because David wanted to be able to show that they were actually giving prizes away, was we tested adding a link to take people to a previous winners page. And the page that had that had a 4% higher, if I remember correctly, conversion rate. Not a lot of people clicked it, as I recall. This was a year and a half ago. Not a lot of people clicked it, but the conversions were up. And I think a lot of it purely had to do with the fact that we were saying, we got previous winners, go see them. You don't believe that this is a valid campaign? We wouldn't put that up there if it wasn't, right? Much like what Stephen just said about this, the seals, the certificates. People don't always go check those. But the fact that it's there does bring authority. Now, I am a little bit wobbly on the idea of making something up that isn't really there. I don't know that I want to go that direction, but it's up to you and what you decide in terms of morality. If you are firmly convinced that you are trustworthy, then find a way to portray that to your clientele, and that's perfectly okay. Be honest in what you're doing. It will reward you in terms of sales or election results if that's what you're after. Which is why I've always wondered why politicians lie so much. I guess, again, people don't check to find out whether the lies are real or not. So, anyway, let's not go down that rabbit hole. But I like what Lenny says. The colder the lead, the more validation you need. I think that's absolutely true. absolutely true. Something's going on with the bird nest. I have to see what it is. Nothing. Alright, the bird just shifting in the nest. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about that just popped in, you have to go watch the earlier part of the show. Do you want to know what I'm working on? Anybody want to know what I'm working on? I have a couple of new things that are going on. The first thing, let me switch over and share my screen so you can see the bird. Interesting, Stephen. JVZoo. By the way, I got to watch one of the two osprey eat a fish this morning. It was kind of awesome. The more you give, the more you gave, the more promotion and testimonials you got back in the group. Circular authority. Yeah, I know that JVZoo has a lot of struggles. And they're trying to get their reputation back. Because a lot of people don't trust JVZoo stuff. Let's see what's going on over in Africa. Oh, there's an alligator. Alright, let's see. So one of the things that I have not yet launched or announced, but I'll just tell you about it. Besides the Movers Mastermind, and I've talked to my movers about this before I started working on it, but what I want to do is to start doing more free content that brings people into my world. Lead magnet kind of stuff. Obvious stuff that I should have been doing all along, but I haven't. And my friends Paul and Melissa Pruitt are doing something that they call the Memberships Mastermind. And so I was like, holy cow, that's a freaking good idea. And so what I did yesterday was I created a new campaign to get people to sign up to come over who are business people that are maybe struggling with their list. And it will be a 1-hour Q&A. Hopefully I can get some people to show up, and hopefully they will ask questions. The intent is to get them to come over and ask questions about, very similar kind of to this. It will be on Zoom, and there are waves crashing up against the shore in the background. It's kind of fun, isn't it? But and I don't like the way this is looking, this title. What I did was I implemented this morning a script that I had gotten from somebody somewhere along the road, can't remember who, about implementing different fonts inside of UpViral, because this is actually not one of the default fonts. It's Montrachet, whatever it's called. And so that's made this look really bad, and I haven't figured out whether I would like that or not. Montrachet? I don't know. What is it? How? No, I keep putting it. Anyway, it's a different font. And down at the bottom, when you do that, it takes out the icons for some reason inside of the UpViral form. And then I could not get this to look right. You know how we've talked about getting UpViral to actually look more like a landing page, and sometimes it just absolutely chokes a horse. Well, I did this with a font, with a table in UpViral, and I spent probably an hour yesterday trying to figure out how to eliminate the border. When you use a table on this particular template, I have not tried it on other templates, it puts a border around it, and you can't turn the freaking border off. And it was just driving me crazy. So I solved it. Does anybody know how I solved the problem on this page? And I'm just talking about this section where there's my face and there's text over here. How did I solve this problem? This is a trick question. Because you can't, by default, put an image and some text side by side in UpViral templates. It just drives people bonkers. Somebody make a guess. Somebody pretend that you're out there and you're listening to me. I want somebody to tell me how I did this. As seen on the UpViral Copilot show, there's some authority. And I did put a link, you can see in the lower left, to go to the Copilot show. Nobody's going to guess? Come on, nobody? Good try. Steven says border color. Yay, thank you for trying to vote. Tom says you pushed your margins out of the copy area. Another great idea. But you can't do that. Lenny says CSS. See, good. I'm so proud of y'all for answering. No. No, no, no. Anybody else got a guess? Anybody else brave enough to go up against the master? I actually thought of this for a client a couple of months ago. And I finally could not do it the way I wanted to do it. Oh my gosh, look at this. Devin is 80% right. It must be a separate image with text. Well, maybe you're 100% right if I read it. It's just an image. If I drag this, you'll see that it's just an image. So what I was using was a tool called Coda on the Mac, which is the only tool I own that is HTML editor of any decency. And I just had it preview my little table, and I did a screen grab, and I just took that and I made it an image. So sometimes you kind of have to sort of just cheat to get what you need. So yay, Devin came up with the idea. It must be separate. Separate image with text. Devin is correct. Lenny says it looks nicer with the border. # just kidding. I'm sorry. See, my kids think I'm hilarious with this because I always say #, and they're like, Dad, it's not a #, it's a hashtag. Hashtag just kidding. My first brain goes to #. So anyway, and I did steal UpViral's logo. I'm hoping they're okay with that. But yeah, this is just an image. I could not figure out any other way to do it with UpViral. I mean, I was going in there and I was doing inspect element, trying to figure out how I could get the div tags right, and I wasted so much time on that. And I finally just said, screw it. I'm making an image. And I also used the same font. What do you mean update your software? You mean I should update UpViral? I can't update UpViral. Is that what you mean, Lenny? I'm not in charge of updating that. It would be nice if we had a better template editor, but they say that's coming. Still haven't seen it yet. But anyway, when people sign up to this, the idea here is not only will they get emails, I don't have my confetti on here. And this is not test. I have not finished this, so please don't yell at me about this. # to hashtags. Oh, you mean update my brain. That's what you mean. I get it. Please check your email. The email has a calendar link. So, because you're an UpViral fan like me, you probably know what's coming next. This is called an incentive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to encourage people who decide that they want to sign up to the free 1-hour mastermind sessions to share with their friends. So I am putting into practice what I'm preaching about creating creating lead magnet activities, getting people to come into my world, and then encouraging them to refer others. Now, what it doesn't say is that why, other than what I did Sunday was because I was getting tired and I didn't want to try to decide what to give away, I decided to just say I'll give you an amazing bonus. And I'll figure that out later because I said this wasn't finished yet. But my intent is, hey, I got this tool. I should be using it. Right? Right. That's what I should be doing. Man, Steven's going hog wild. Image substitute downside. Not 100% responsive without a multi-image CDN. I don't know. I haven't actually tested this on my smartphone, so I don't know how well it works. But I have not had any trouble with UpViral delivering images. It is an Amazon S3 image where they put them. So whether or not it's actually responsive is a good question. What does it look like on a smartphone? I haven't tested that yet, but I will. Yes, it's a potential downside. Thank you. I will pay attention. Lenny says, gotta catch you at the movers. Gotta go. Thanks for tuning in, Lenny. It's always good to talk to you. And I hope to see you tomorrow. You've been skipping way too many. Just kidding. Birds in the background. Y'all think I'm somewhere fancy? Wish I was at the beach. I wonder if they've pulled back yet to a wider image. There's the alligator. Last night they had I don't know if it was this alligator, but they have a night vision camera switch, and they have a bright light that points out. Anyway, there was an alligator in the river, and you could see the water going by, but all you could see was his nose and his eyes above the water. They haven't gone back to a wider image. Just still on the birds on the nest. I didn't try to watch it overnight. It looks like they have... Oh, there's a wider... If I back up, there's a wider image. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Anybody have any questions? I got a lot of other things that I'm working on. Steven asks, people without a passion are boring and one-dimensional. Speak of customer heroes. Maybe a show on the sponsor creator heroes. Webinar coaches are big on props. I've actually been thinking about, because I like the co-pilot show in that we've started inviting guests, and tomorrow, by the way, will be the first show on I've forgotten what William's talking about tomorrow. Email. I think he's talking about email. So yeah, that's what it is. It's about email nurturing. And that's a critical part of the process. If you don't know how to nurture, I highly advise you taking some courses on that. I mean, you can listen to me preach all you want, but actually doing it and getting experience and understanding. I'm not a great copywriter. At least I don't think I am. But I just write from the heart. And what I have been doing, I mean, for the last 10 years, actually 12 years, I was writing practically every day for my Planet 5D website that had to do with photography and video. And so I got a lot of experience. And I'm not trained, I'm not an expert, but like I said, I write from the heart. Um, I've also been thinking about doing what I was trying to say, maybe interviews with people to get a little bit more exposure. I have several things in the pipeline. Let me just leave it at that. Devin asks, by any chance you use Connectio? I have licenses for both of those. All of them. The full suite. Everything he's got. And it's high on my list of things to learn, but I haven't learned. I don't use them, which is probably really sad. It also would be a way for me to help people understand how they could do things better, and I need to put that as a higher priority. David Williams, guy in the UpViral group for the longest time, was a big fan of using Connect Explore to create highly effective Facebook ads. He loves Connect Explore. I toyed with Connect Leads, I know, like 2 years ago. Hey, Robin's here. Hi, Robin. Thank you for tuning in and commenting. We're watching the birds, but they're not here right now. So that was... Let's go back to last night. See, that was a long time ago. There's the osprey. Let's go live. Oh, they widened out. Yes, Robin, we're having a little fun. Doing something a little different today. So yeah, I do have the Connectio tools, and I really need to learn. What I keep hoping for is to stumble into somebody that uses them all the time that I could steal a little bit of learning from. You know, that's what I want. I keep, the other thing, I got so many ideas, so many things that need to be done. Anyway, lots of things. Devin says, we will take you on your professional service for promoting a SaaS-based product. Great. Can't wait to work with you. I was just looking at the osprey. I love SaaS. Shamal, by the way. Let me see if I can... Let me... You guys can't see what I'm doing. It's just popping up at the bottom. If I show you this, so Shamal has a new campaign that he just launched today. And that's, sorry, that's the share page, but this is the lead page. So, Devin, speaking of SaaS-based stuff, this is what Shamal is doing. And this campaign just launched a couple of hours ago. His choice is really interesting, and he says it works. I have been watching him do this for a while, but he throws in a 5-day stay in Hawaii as part of the package. So it's an interesting twist. one of the things that he does, so let me do this. I don't know. So this is the share page. Let me copy this, and I know I probably can't. I don't know if you'll see this, but you know, if you use my referral link, which I just posted it in Restream, should show up to all of you. It should go to, there it is. It should be on Facebook or Pinterest or wherever you are. I'm just curious to see how many people register. But one of the things that he does is really awesome. That if you guys want to up level something, this is not mine. This is Up Contests, Devin. This is not my campaign. I'm showing it to you because you talked about SAS, and those tools are all SAS tools. Pay attention to what he's doing. I like what Devin, what Shamal's doing. And so he's doing some interesting and unique stuff. And we'll talk about that some other day, maybe. It's not mine to talk about, it's Shamal's. So Robin asks, how do you build trust in all you do? Be an alligator. Going back to the birds, I don't know what the birds sound, what he's doing. Now he gets quiet. He or she. How do you build trust in all you do? I'll go, and Robin, we've been here for an hour, so I know you maybe just potentially popped in. You might want to go back and watch again. But my advice is to be moral, really. I mean, that's the easy side of it, is just do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's a Bible phrase. I'm not trying to preach the Bible, but the morality of that is something that I try to live by in all that I do. Give value more than you ask. Do unto others, right? I give value because what I hope for down the road, whether it's God or some other divine providence, or what's the word I'm looking for? Karma. That's the word I was looking for. Treat people well and it will come back to you. I firmly believe that. And the bird thing is just kind of fun. Just a total different distraction. But if you treat people well, if you give away what you say you're going to give away, people will learn to trust you. I go back to the other thing. I've said this a million times. I'm going to keep saying it. And I'm going to sneeze. Where's my mute button? I don't have it. I don't have a button. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. For people thinking that this is a sprint, you really gotta stop thinking about that. Why didn't that go away? Why is that? There it is. Oh, it flew away and you missed it. Sorry. God, that... He just left. See if I can go back 5 seconds, 10 seconds. There he goes. Isn't that cool? But you left the eggs in the nest. They're right there. Do what you say you're going to do. Give more than you ask in return. It's not that hard, really. That's my message for the day. Look at that. Robin's got birds. I guess they're eagles. Alright, so, have any questions? And I didn't put my window blinds up because it's really bright over there. The sun is starting to stream through that window. Anybody have anything that they would love to know more about? Tomorrow is co-pilot day. Wednesday, I will be here instead of being at the doctor, and everything's fine from last week. Wednesday will be campaign review day. Steven, that's interesting. Mitch, the unmarketer guy, ditch the unfair advantage jargon and go for authenticity plus real. I hadn't really thought about it that way, and some people might say that I just don't know how to sell very well. I have taken marketing classes, and sometimes they do feel a little bit high pressure. And I don't want to be high pressure, which is probably why I'm broke. Not broke, but if you're in the Movers program, and I know Lenny had to leave, I suspect Tom had to leave. It's starting to really bother me. Hang on. My put up my blinds a little. There you go. My whole goal is to over-deliver. You know, that phrase is highly used. It's used by marketers all the time. Under-promise and over-deliver. I tend to promise a lot, and I think I deliver a lot. I am basing myself, you know, I just told you about the golden rule, right? Do unto others. I am modeling what I'm doing off of people that I think are successful, that treat me so well, that I just have to give back in the same kind of manner. I'm doing the pay it forward kind of thing. And yes, I'm asking to be paid for what I'm doing. In many cases, not most cases. Tom's here. Thank you, Tom. Tom is still here. He's in the Masters. Movers. Masters is his last name. Tom. Paul and Melissa run a program called the Dream 100. Small program. They don't intend to ever get above 100. Right now they're at 50. And every day, they've now bumped it up. Every day they are delivering at least an hour, if not 2 hours, of high quality Q&A. And it's all Q&A. It's people who are in the program come in and ask questions about their business. And the rest of us come in and listen. And I go in as many hours as I possibly can to find out what other people are doing and to learn from them. And by doing that, I am leveling up what I'm doing. As opposed to just listening to people preach about it. Might have to, I don't know. There are no birds in the picture, but they're obviously just out of frame, making a lot of noise. But being able to take somebody that is doing something that I firmly believe in. Oh, now they're back. It just flew back. Let me go back. It's really cool. As he comes flying in. But I firmly believe that by listening to what other people are actually doing instead of just, and I'm in training programs, don't get me wrong. I firmly believe in training as well. But the mastermindish kind of things that I have been in the last 6 months have really lit a fire under my butt. And the only way to continue that is to do more. And so, like I've talked about starting this free giveaway mastermind, it's going to be limited in scope. And I won't be giving all of the information in any way, shape, or form that I'm giving to my movers. But I will answer questions. And I will hopefully anybody that shows up will eventually figure out that I have a paid mastermind, and they will see the value and they'll migrate that way. Not going to promote it, not going to spend a lot of time going, hey, come in, buy, buy, buy. And that's what Paul and Melissa are doing, is they are just giving value. And when people see it over and over and over, they finally go, well, wait a minute, this couple, Paul and Melissa, they are just freaking awesome. I want to be involved in what they're doing. And so people keep migrating in. I mean, in Paul and Melissa's case, they're bringing in 2 new people a month. That's it. They're at 50 now, so there's quite a few people in there. And the new people are paying a lot of money to get in there. They plan on making that $1 million business per year. I want to do that too. Frankly, I want to be able to bring in enough money that I can share more and more and more with people. That's my goal. I want to be able to change businesses. I want to be able to change lives. In order to do that, you have to make money. I'm afraid I can't do it all for free. But Tom will tell you, Tom's still here. I firmly believe that the mover sessions, the mastermind sessions that we do, will really change things. We have one campaign running right now, and I hope that Brent shows up tomorrow, because I really want to dive into the statistics side of things on his campaign. We have 2 other people that are building their campaigns right now, and I have a 4th person who joined us a couple of weeks ago, but they've been busy doing, and they're joining us tomorrow because she's been doing a campaign, a contest, but with different software, and she wants to use UpViral. So we're going to be migrating her campaign to an UpViral campaign. A second bird just came back. And I don't know which one's the male and which one's female. They both look very, very close together. And I have not spent time trying to figure it out. But, so we are, the thing about the Movers program, and you actually see it reflected in what I'm doing in my own business right now. Because you saw, I've just created this new free mastermind as a lead magnet to get people to my new stuff. And it only takes me an hour every other week to do it. All I have to do is show up and be myself. And that's the joy of something like that, is that it's not hard for me to do. It is an hour. It's a little bit of my time. And I firmly believe it will pay off in the long run. Tom says, that's how I discovered Mitch's mover group was asking him if he had more. I am at the point now where people are reaching out to me and saying, hey, I need to do more. What have you got for me? And that's why I'm creating both of those. And eventually, the part of my plan will be to take the free one and add a couple of resources to the concept and do that as a paid thing, but at a much lower price. And again, my movers are the #1 people on the planet. They're the ones that get everything first. They get everything handed to them on a platter because they've invested in me. All kinds of lessons. I mean, you probably heard me last week talking about the 4-page process. 2 weeks ago, last week, probably both. That campaign just ended, and I have got lessons that the people in the Movers program are going to get first before I share them with anybody else on the planet. In fact, I was working on the last bit of that because we had a problem in terms of the page flow, which I did not figure out while the campaign was going on. We just let it be broken, and now I've spent some additional hours figuring out how to make it much better in terms of the page flow. which is a side topic that most of you don't understand, but I've spent time on it, and my movers will get that information absolutely first. Not meant to be a promotion here, but I do want you guys to know if you're interested, it is available. And if you want to know more, go to this link. Go to this link. There it is. Oh, man, that takes a while. And now Robin asks this question that will theoretically be behind that. Do you know if Connectio Academy course will help too? I'm not sure I understand, Robin, what you're asking. Man, all of a sudden you guys are talking. I was gonna shut you off. Just kidding. I have not been through Connectio Academy. Is that something new that Wilco is offering? I have not paid 100% attention to what he's doing in all cases. Yeah, I'm sure it will help you in terms of Facebook ads, because Connectio is all about Facebook ads, realistically. It's about Facebook, Facebook, Facebook. UpViral is not about Facebook, Facebook, Facebook. But they do work together, and that's where I need to do some focusing. Because I want to be able to help people do that if they need it. And then I could sell them as an affiliate. Do you have a link about your program? I think I just shared that with you. It's just giveawayrocket.com/join. And I say that fast. giveawayrocket.com/join. I don't know why that's not fitting properly. Motorboat. Devin, create a certification course and give us a certificate for a campaign expert. I would love to do that. That's actually on my list. But that's down the road. My first deal is to become more widely known as the expert in order to be able to have enough people to put into certification. That's on the list, but it's not current priority. Learn by teaching works well in partner groups. As a mentor and a leader, I think you're definitely worth the money. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you very much. I know that I'm worth the money, and in fact the price is going to go up when I get to 20. Speaking of truth in marketing, when I get 20 people at the current price, it's going to double, if not go up more. Because I'm as much as I love the movers, the value is insanely cheap for $97 a month, and I know that. You know, it can sound expensive. If you multiply that by 12 months, that's $1,200 a year. But if you get 1,000 new leads at $1 per person in the next year, then it's break even. Costs you nothing. And if you get more than 1,000, I really sincerely hope my movers get more than 1,000. Then it's bonus. Plus, you've got all the knowledge you've gained. I mean, go back and look at the people that do Facebook ads, right? I've talked about this multiple times. You do Facebook ads, and your first 6 months of Facebook ads is wasted, realistically. Unless you're working with a mentor, because if you're trying to learn it on your own, you got no clue how to do Facebook ads really well. It's the people that have put lots of money into Facebook ads and learned a whole lot over time that crush it. It's the same thing as here for contests and giveaways. The more you do it, the more you're going to understand how the process works, how to do it better next time, what offer to give for your niche, etc. Sometimes the birds are boring, by the way. You just have to keep at it, which is why I'm so excited about the Movers program being more than just a course. It's not just a freaking course that you go learn and then don't do anything. You can ask everybody that's in the program. I am kicking some butt, and I don't feel badly about it because they've paid me to kick their butt, frankly. And obviously, I can't push somebody. I'm not their boss. I can't make them do something. But those people that are not moving, and Lenny will tell you because he was here earlier, I call him out on a regular basis. Say, Lenny, you know, when are you going to build your campaign? And he's got a schedule now, I think, if I remember correctly. Because those people who move, take action, are the ones who are succeeding. I have finally learned that lesson. I have learned and learned and learned and learned and learned. And I have done campaigns for clients, but I haven't been doing them for myself. So I'm moving in that direction. I'll call out somebody eventually. I don't want to do it publicly. There's a guy, his name starts with the letter W and ends with the letter O, who's doing a really good job of marketing. But it's still, once I thought about this, once I was like, wait a minute. He's not using his own product to market his stuff. And before I can call him out, I have to be able to do it myself. I have to prove that using UpViral as a marketing tool works. So I can't really yell at him about it. I kind of have to do it myself first. Right? Practice what you preach. Robin says, thanks for all the info. You are the best. Thank you, Robin. Would love to have you in the Movers program. Anyway, don't mean to pitch. If you want to be in, that's great. If you don't, that's okay too. Everybody has their own plans. But I'll tell you, once it gets to 20 people, and we're at 10 right now, once we get to 20, and I have several people that are on the border. I'm not trying to give scarcity here, but I am. Once we get to 20, the price is going to double. But if you get in now, it will be locked in at $97 a month. Oh, look! We got some... I don't know what kind of ape creature that is. Whether that's a monkey or it's not an orangutan. I don't know. I am no expert on my monkeys. Just hanging, scratching, itching, got fleas. There's a flea in there somewhere. It's really fun to see what's going on in nature. Part of the reason I'm interested in this, by the way, was in working with the demo. You guys, I know you've seen it. But if I do have a button, let's see if my button works. We'll do that first. And you'll see things flicker on the screen for a second, and there's Demo Safari. But it didn't actually type it in. Oh, look, it's white. There it is. I was rather interested. I had never really considered doing a Safari until I worked with this client. And the video at the top of this is really appealing in terms of being able to be in the camp like this in the background. And to have the animals come right up, and they actually have, like, right here is a water trough. I don't know, it's really hard to see. But there's a water trough there. If you play the movie, I'll do it without sound. It would be really freaking cool to be in one of these camps. See, they've built it right on the edge. There's the water tank. And so they, the critters come right up while you're eating dinner, or I don't know what time of day they come up, but wouldn't that be freaking cool to just be hanging out there having a nice meal, have the elephants come up? That would be just so freaking cool. Yow, dead animals. Oh, isn't that a pretty buffalo? Oh, look at the lion. Oh, the lion's chewing on the buffalo. But that would be so freaking cool. The more I saw this, I was like, look, they're drinking from the water fountain right in front of. Look at elephants running. Anyway, so my point being that if you can help people feel the experience, put them in the place when you're doing a campaign. And that's kind of what I want to do with my campaigns, is to be able to understand how to do my own stuff better. It's always easier, as they say, right? To excuse me. To criticize or to critique and help others. It's really hard to help yourself. But then again, that's why I'm trying to make better campaigns. Build my own campaigns to teach people what to do. I mean, because I'm in a different kind of a niche. It's very easy to give away a safari, I think, because it's easily seen. But how does somebody like me, who is teaching people how to do contests, how do I create a campaign that makes it very obvious when people sign up what they're going to get, why they want to get it, and to bring in leads? That's where I need to really excel, because people come to me all the time and say, well, I don't know how to do what I'm doing. So anyway, I'm preaching to the choir, and you guys are still sticking with me. If y'all would just leave the room, then I would be able to walk away. No. I love talking to you guys. And that's one of the reasons, by the way, I'm really looking forward to doing the free mastermind, is to be in a Zoom call, because that's one of the things I like about what Paul and Melissa are doing. The Movers program is awesome because I get face to face with a whole bunch of people that are interested in building their business. And I'm hoping that the free Q&A will do the same. So it's going to be on Zoom, because I want to be able to talk to y'all. Steven says he on the point, REW something O. I know that guy. Pretty common in this space. It is true, isn't it? And I totally agree with Robin. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. There's an airplane coming. There was a seaplane right behind the bears yesterday. The bears were eating fish. There were a lot of fish. I don't know whether they were salmon or what, but I'm digressing again. My goal is to practice what I preach, so I'll be sharing that information along the way. Appreciate all the questions and the feedback today. I'm going to give you the 30-second warning in terms of... I have to go see what's going on. I don't know if you can see the... That was probably a boat, isn't it? Not a plane. Can't see the boat. Anyway, 30 seconds. We're gonna sign off if nobody has any questions with the 15-second Jeopardy theme. So that means I also have to stall for another 15 seconds. I could play the Jeopardy theme again, but it's been really nice conversation today. I really appreciate all the questions, and of course I appreciate the kind words. You know, I love you guys. It's really nice to be able to have people asking questions. Tom says, thanks, Mitch, and thanks for all. Enjoy the day. I haven't even looked at my calendar what the rest of the day is like. Tomorrow's busy day because tomorrow's co-pilot day, and for people like Tom and the others who should be joining us, the Movers Mastermind is tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock Eastern. But that's not free. You have to pay to come in and play. And it's only $97. I mean, the value is insane. Wednesday morning is the free session on campaign reviews. I used to be doing the Thursday sessions with the Viral Hacking Challenge, but that slot's open, so I might be doing something there. But keep an eye on what I'm doing. If you haven't clicked the like, love, whatever on my Facebook page, please do so you get notified when I go live. And I will catch all y'all tomorrow on the Co-Pilot show. Hey, let me do that again. That boat sounds really annoying. I'm gonna turn that off before I go. Turn that off. And what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I was going over here to do this, wasn't I? See, it's already. It's not gonna show up. There it is. There's the Movers logo. I don't know why that takes so long to show up. There's the Movers Mastermind info if you are interested. Sign up. Let me know if you have questions. Happy to have a conversation if you aren't sure about joining. You can get on my calendar at meetmitch.com and we'll have a conversation. Or just message me in Facebook Messenger. Either way, I'll be happy to chat with you about that. And for now, till tomorrow, have a blessed day and shoot for the moon.
Oh my gosh, Mitch, do you hear yourself?
That's a great piece of advice.
Bye! Bye, everybody!
Bye.
Bye.